Dana Taboadela.
Dana Taboadela, 31 Omaha Avenue. I've been trying to get an answer for the community since March 14th. It's a simple question and haven't been able to get an answer to it. I did ask at the last meeting. I wanted to know why at the budget meeting, the tab couldn't be reopened, even though it was going to be a benefit to the taxpayers. I did go back, I re-listened to the live feed on that. Ms. Palmieri said verbatim, basically, we're paying ourselves and we haven't raised the $9,000 since 2023, probably longer. As inflation goes up, rents go up. I feel like we should increase it to at least $10,000, but I'm open for suggestions. We're paying ourselves. The money would be an expense, but then the money would come in as a revenue within the water utility. It's an expense offset by a revenue. Councilman Kelly made a motion to raise the line. It was seconded. And even though Ms. Palmieri said that raising the line was a good thing, Council President Morrison voted no. However, it did pass 7-2. Then Councilman Kelly asked to reopen the earlier tab. Now that the council had understood the vote from an earlier vote that we could do a similar thing. That was at 3:22 in the afternoon. Mr. Morrison referenced that he got a legal opinion at the lunch break. That didn't make any sense to me. Why would he have gotten a legal opinion for something that hadn't happened yet? Further confusing was Mr. Iacofano said at the last meeting he wasn't prepared to answer my question. It was a simple question. Why couldn't the council reopen the tab on the budget? If he gave a legal opinion in a 3-minute phone call at a lunch break, he already had given a legal opinion. So why wasn't he not able to answer that here? It just, none of it makes sense. I did get a copy of the Oprah. The phone call was 3 minutes. It was during the lunch. So supposedly you got that advice like 3 hours before it happens. So for full transparency, I'd like to ask Mr. Morrison and Mr. Iacofano to please answer my questions.
Okay, so a couple things. First, we normally don't do a back and forth, but I'm happy to answer the question. First and foremost, I know after the meeting last time, or during the meeting, you asked me, because you said it was an email. I said it wasn't an email, it was a phone call. The next day, you Oprah requested my phone records, which I turned over immediately. Now that you have the phone records that back up exactly what I said, are you willing to retract your statement at the last meeting that I lied? Because you said I lied, that it wasn't an email. So you requested
I don't remember if I said you lied.
I just want to know if
I thought it was an email.
Listen, I just want to make sure if you're ready to retract your statement, because
Okay, so it was a phone call.
Okay.
Yes,
Listen, it was exactly what I said. It was exactly what I said it was. The other thing I want to point out, what was the line exactly that I wouldn't reopen for Mr. Kelly?
It was the line to raise the rent in the other section, I believe.
Construction.
She can answer. She's the one that filed the Oprah. She can answer the question.
Yeah,
I know, but she filed the Oprah, Mr. Kelly.
What does that have to do with it?
Mr. Kelly, you're not recognized.
It was the construction for facility rental. Facility rental is self-providing and self-funding. They pay rent. Period. Should we increase the rent? And you guys voted no to that. So then that's why when the next line came up for the water department, after actually Mr. Kelly said to Ms. Palmieri, is this a good thing or a bad thing? I don't think that my colleagues understood the question earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when she answered, which I just read to you verbatim. What she said it was a good thing. And then you guys took the vote and just everything I just said.
No, I get it. And I'm just trying to recall, because you said specifically that it was a benefit to the taxpayers. I'm asking you to explain to me exactly why it was a benefit to the taxpayers.
Because Ms. Palmieri said it, I'll read it again. Ms. Palmieri stated it would be a benefit to the taxpayers. She said verbatim, she said when she was asked if it was a good thing, she said verbatim, basically we're paying ourselves and we haven't raised the $9,000 since at least 2023.
But that refers to what?
Longer.
But that refers to what? I'm asking.
Raising the line for the rent.
Rent on what?
So the water department and the construction department, they pay rent to us.
Okay.
So raising the line is a good thing because the money is an expense, but then it would come in as a revenue and it's an expense offset by a revenue. If you would like, Ms. Palmieri.
No. I'm asking you because you're the one that, no. You're the one that's bringing it up. So I'm asking you.
Okay,
and I get it.
I just read it 2 times to you.
No, but I understand. So what you're
saying is. Do you not understand what Ms. Palmieri told you on March 14th?
Oh, I do. I just want to make sure you do. So the point is if we're just moving money from one account to the other, I get it. And whether that's a benefit to the taxpayers is subjective. $9,000 on what, $25 million, you know, it's less than pennies. But just to answer another part of that, during the same meeting, Councilman Witovich had asked to reopen a tab, and I didn't let him open a tab either for the same reason, right? I know that you take it personally. Don't take it personally. It's just part of the procedure. If I didn't let Mr. Witovich open a tab, I certainly can't let Councilman Kelly open a tab.
What I take personally is the lack of transparency. You cannot tell us why you cannot reopen a tab.
Because it's
That's what I
not
take.
procedure. It's just not procedure. It's just
So
not
if it's a
something that
benefit
we
to
do.
the community,
It doesn't,
and is there a law that says that we can't reopen a tab?
it's
Is there
part,
a law that you said that you got a legal opinion on it?
Yeah.
So why can't you open it up?
because once
Why
a
does
tab,
it say just
once-
because you don't want to?
no, I clearly said, and I'm being very clear, all right? There is a procedure that needs to be followed, okay? And just because you claim it's a benefit to the taxpayers,
I didn't claim that. Ms. Palmieri did.
$9,000 on a multi-million dollar budget. Again, not really a benefit. I get it. But just because it's procedure, right? And you think it would be a benefit doesn't change the rules, right?
What are the rules? Where are the rules? What is the procedure? What is the law?
The procedure is
What
you
is-
cannot reopen a tab. And I think, and
Where
instead
does
of
it say that?
you feel free to look it up. I
No,
don't
I'm
have
asking you. You're telling us that,
and I'm
you're
not
telling,
prepared-
for full transparency, can you
Right.
please explain to the taxpayers what the procedure is?
Okay,
Where we can locate it.
Okay.
It shouldn't be that I have to go seek and find it. You should be able to tell me, and our attorney should be able to tell us. He gets paid a lot of money. Why would he not be able to answer that question? He apparently gave you a legal opinion on a lunch break.
because
3
it's
hours
a legal
before it
opinion.
happens,
That's the answer. And
and-
please stop hiding that everything is a lack of transparency. It's not a
It
lack
was
of
a
transparency.
3-minute conversation. He could answer it for you in 3 minutes. Does the attorney only work for you, or does he work for all of this council and the community?
He represents the council, and the council passes the budget. The legal opinion was that we couldn't reopen a tab, and that was the decision.
And you cannot answer the question about why we could not do it. Even Mr. Kelly had answered. If you
Ms.
want to go further
Taboadela,
into it, he said
I
that,
feel that I've explained it enough at this point.
no, you
I'm gonna
never
ask
answered the question. You said it's a procedure and you can't tell us why.
That's the answer. It's a
Mr. Morrison.
procedure. No,
No,
No.
we got to end this.
no,
We have to-
sorry. Mr. Kelly, you're not
but you're- but
recognized.
You're not being.
Your
Mr.
lack
Kelly,
of transparency
you're not
is very
recognized.
telling.
Ms.
It would be
Taboadela,
very
Correct.
easy to
Ms.
turn
Taboadela,
around
we're
to
done.
say where the procedure is.
Please have your seat.
Mrs. Taboadela, there is no policy.
Mr. Kelly,
there is no
you
statute
are
directions
not
that supports
recognized.
what Mr. Morrison's telling you.
Mr. Kelly, you're not recognized, and you certainly are not entitled to
You're
a legal
wrong,
opinion
and
in
you
this
just want to
matter.
admit that you're wrong. It's okay.
Mr. Kelly, please try to grow up in these
I mean,
conversations.
you try to berate a member of the public.
Mr.
like this
Kelly,
with
Mr.
a
Kelly,
fallacy of some kind of opinion.
Mr. Kelly, you are
No
not
supporting
recognized.
documentation.
Mr.
That's
Kelly,
sad.
for the third time,
Let's
you
make
were
it a
not
fourth time.
recognized.
Make it a fourth time. Just move on.
Seriously,
Yeah.
grow up, man. Just hell.
Grow up. You just try to berate a woman that was coming here asking you a simple question.
Mr. Kelly, you're not recognized.